Now, let us know. Let's have a conversation about it. Fellas, Hendo, B, how do you guys feel about this? Like, do you guys feel that Lamar left some? He fumbled a bag somewhat, even though he got this deal. He should have got it done sooner. He could have been making money earlier. Maybe he missed out on some shoe deals. Do you think there's some other things he could have been doing differently?
No, I mean, look, yeah, he could have agreed to less money earlier, and then he would have gotten patted on the head by all the media and everybody and said, "Hey, good boy, you didn't make things difficult on your team." Blah blah blah. The Jalen Hurts story, but he didn't. He stuck to what he wanted. He forced the team to now maybe not verbally, maybe not making demands. But he forced the team into making changes that they are uncomfortable making and have not made for the entire time that he's been there, in terms of getting rid of the offensive coordinator, bringing in wide receivers. So he got he got everything that he, well, I should say everything that he wanted. I don't know Lamar, but he got all of the things that it would seem that he would want. The upgraded offense, better coaching staff, and everything. And then he also got the biggest contract in the history of the NFL. So I feel like he did all right. Yeah.
I agree with B. For me, it's, should he have just agreed to any deal that they gave him early on for less money, and he would have come out making less then? The part that gets me is, are we talking about the same Ross Tucker, the former NFL Green Bay Packer Ross Tucker?
Yes.
Yes. So what you're telling me is people are going out here listening to a narrative of a former football player that doesn't know business. Just because you played the game doesn't mean you know the game. You don't know the financial aspects of it. People don't want to do the simple math. And listen, I've said this many, many, many times. Lamar don't care about the money. Lamar's turned down shoe deals. I'm not going to name the companies, but Just Do It and a couple of others, he's turned them down. He's turned down so many endorsement deals because he doesn't care about the money. He cared about the respect and him controlling his own narrative. People don't want to hear that. I have people stealing my messages talking about Lamar done lost so much money. He's so stupid. I'm like, yo, the dude just signed a $260 million contract, which in turn is literally just 3 years. So in 3 years, he's going to go back to the table again and get another slice of the pie, just like Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco signed his deal, highest paid. 3 years later, highest paid once again. So a lot of people just want to get to the narrative of, oh, I don't want him to succeed without an agent. Because before it was, his mother doesn't know anything. She's not experienced enough to get him a deal. Now that his deal is done, she didn't have any part of it. She had nothing to do with it. I guess y'all didn't see that Michael Jordan movie about his shoe deal.
Yeah, I actually just watched it.
You just watched it? His mother was not an agent, but she had everything to do with building his brand.
Yes.
And none of those people are going to come back and apologize because you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. A lot of people are just upset because you were wrong.
Danny says, right. Now his mother didn't have to have anything to do with it.
Right.
Yeah. That's the other thing. She didn't have anything to do with it. Yeah. Where she was the sole reason people blame for him not getting the deal done quick enough. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And their argument with that is, the argument now is, she's not his agent. She's his manager. What the hell is this a title? Get over yourself.
Right. She managed the deal. But I want to ask this. Let's say he did. He just fumbled a bag here and there. He did lose about $50 million, right? Is that a big deal to you guys? Right? Given the money that he's made, do you feel like man, he should have had an agent? If he did leave some money, around 50, 60, 70 million or whatever, do you feel like an agent would have made a difference? Or how much money would he have to leave on the table for you to say you probably should have went with the agent? There you go. That's a question. How much money would you guys say he would have had to have lost for you to say you probably should have gone with the agent? That's the question. Put that in the chat. I want to hear. I want to hear what you guys say about that. We're going somewhere with this. Trust us. We're going somewhere with this. So okay, he says 40 to 60. 40 to 60 million is the amount he has to miss out on before you say you probably should have went with the agent. Okay. All right. Kogan Sheriff says, I would say the Kyler deal. So if he done the Kyler deal, you would say you should have went with the agent. All right. Okay. So looks like about $40 to $60 million if he missed out on that much, you would say, yeah, you probably should go with the agent. What if he missed out? Like he's laughing. What if he missed out on $900 million? Do you guys know who missed out on $900 million with an agent? Mike says 260 mil. Okay. What about 900 mil? Do you guys know who missed out on $900 million with an agent? Everybody's favorite, our favorite, your favorite, John Elway. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. John Elway of the Denver Broncos, when he was playing after they won their first Super Bowl. In fact, I'll bring it up. I read a couple articles. This story was brought to my attention. I should have pulled that guy's name. I found him on Twitter, and he had a whole thread about it. And I was like, is he making this up or is this true? But I went to a few sources. One right here, Kansas City Star. John Elway reportedly missed out on a chance to make close to $1 billion on a Broncos sale. Okay. This is kansascity.com. All right. And there are a bunch of articles out there. If you type in John Elway, $900 million into Google, you will see the stories pop up. So John Elway's passing on buying a piece of the Broncos 23 years ago goes down as one of the worst mistakes in business history. Ouch. In September of 1998, then Broncos owner Pat Bowlen offered Elway, who had just led the Broncos to their first Super Bowl title, a 10% piece of the team for the money that they had owed him, which was $21 million. Bowlen sweetened the deal by offering another 10% of the team for $15 million. Okay, so for $36 million total, he could have owned 20% of the Broncos. Okay, this is 1998. He also made it seemingly impossible to refuse, saying he would buy the piece back for $15 million more, plus 8% interest a year up to 5 years later. Okay, Elway would have 10 months to decide before the option expired. So he had time to do his research. He had time to do his homework. He had time to talk to his agent. He had time to talk to his mother. Okay, he could have talked to everybody. Elway focused on football, won another Super Bowl in January, and retired in May, which would have allowed him to pursue the deal. Okay, which means even after he retired, he still could have taken the deal. But Elway would later say he didn't see himself as an executive of the team, which, by the way, he became later. And therefore, the deal didn't make much sense to him. So offered 20% of a team, 1/5 of the team for $36 million. This is where the money went. He said, I'm smart. Okay. I have an agent. All right. I know business. Okay. I'm going to make some other sound investments. Here's where the money went. He gave $15 million to Sean Mueller, a Denver hedge fund manager who a decade later was convicted after he took investors' money in a Ponzi scheme. Ouch. He also invested in a Mike Shanahan-backed laundromat, Hispanic media company called Que Pasa. Can't go wrong there. And sports retailer MVP.com. All of which relatively quickly failed.
With the swiftness.
Okay.
You go to work and the owner of the company says, I'm going to let you buy into this company. Or your coworker says, yo, go in with me on this laundromat. And my man said, I love washing clothes. People always need a washer and dryer.
A laundromat and a website. Bro, we can't go wrong. We're going to hit it big.
Who knows how long this NFL thing is going to be around?
So don't let anybody...
Laundry's where it's at, man.
Bro, people are always going to have to wash clothes. So, hello?
Right.
Don't let anybody spin this narrative, especially when it comes to a black athlete, that they don't understand business or that they're doing something wrong or that they need help, right? Because that's how they try to spin this with Lamar, that he wasn't business savvy enough, and that he was going to need help negotiating this. And sometimes you do. sometimes you do need an agent. You know, not everybody is business savvy. Not everybody understands what's going on. But if he decides and he has his mom right there with him saying, "Hey, I'm going to guide you through this." If he says, "Hey, we got a team of people around us that are going to help us work everything out," then that's his business. And if he misses out on some money, that's also his business.
Mm-hmm.
If he completely fails, that's also his business. That says nothing about him as a person, because John Elway made all the mistakes, and nobody looks at John Elway as an idiot, as fiscally irresponsible. I mean, this man was doing business with criminals. 10 years, right? That was a major Ponzi scheme. That means he scammed a lot of people out of millions of dollars. All right.
Yeah. And the thing too is, like, you know, when you say, "Oh, they so and so needed an agent, they didn't get the best deal possible," whatever. Your goals are not everyone else's goals. Some people do not care about squeezing every single dollar they can out of every single thing that they do. Like, you know, you could look at Ricky Williams, right, who came into the league and said, you know, he didn't want a big contract. He went with Master P as his agent and said, you know, what I get paid on this rookie deal is just, you know, I feel like compensation for what I did in college, and I have to prove myself in the NFL, blah, blah, blah. But you could look at him and say, hey, you could have gotten a much, much better deal, especially from a team who traded everything to get you, right? Yeah. But Ricky Williams doesn't care. Mm-hmm. Ricky Williams is very happy with the life that Ricky Williams has led. And just because, you know, he didn't hit whatever arbitrary number that you think he should or could have hit doesn't mean that he failed, doesn't mean that he did something wrong. You know, everybody's goals and everybody's, you know, ideal life are different.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, go ahead.
And then for me, you know, it's those naysayers and the Debbie Downers that listen to every negative thing that's said about it, but they don't actually listen to the right things that are said. If they did, they would have heard Eric DeCosta do an interview with Mike Florio. And he told him, he said, listen, Lamar negotiated his own rookie deal because Florio tried to allude to how did he get it done, and he used the agent back then. And DeCosta was like, nah, they did it themselves. And the thing that people don't realize about Lamar is he's very smart in contract negotiations. He knows the language better than a lot of agents do. Like, he asked the right questions, but the people didn't hear that portion of it. They just heard, well, he could have done better. Well, he should have done better. That man ain't worth. This man's making $52 million a year, essentially. And you all are sitting at home mad because you think he should have gotten more. And if he would have gotten more, now it would have been an issue of, oh, he's overpaid. He's too greedy. He crippled the team. Like, Lamar, listen, being a black athlete, especially a black quarterback, Lamar is not going to be able to win in the game of life with these people when it comes to outlook and perception.
Yeah, well, that was the talk before he signed the deal, right? Oh, well, he's too greedy because you want, you know, the thought was he wanted $200 million guaranteed, or he wanted more than the Deshaun Watson deal. Oh, he needs to just take what they offer him and stop being greedy and stop you know, holding the team hostage and all this stuff. And then he gets the biggest contract in the history of the NFL, and it's, man, he could have got more. He's stupid.
Yeah. So yeah, listen. So next time you're arguing with somebody and they say, oh, well, he didn't get what he wanted, he was trying to get 230 million, or he lost out on 50 million, and they just want to throw whatever out there, you just say, hey, this is not John Elway.